Hello and welcome. I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mattel 2016 6-inch Classic Ghostbusters figures, and I love these toys. So, we're getting a new Ghostbusters reboot movie. Think what you may of it, it's getting us new Ghostbusters merchandise. And along with the merchandise that's being released for that new movie, we're also getting some classic Ghostbusters figures. And I think that's really, really cool. These guys are hitting stores right now as of the time of this recording. You can find them hanging on shelves right next to the 6-inch line for the new Ghostbusters movie, along with the girls. And they're all retailing for approximately $20. And now, these guys are a repackage of figures that we have seen before. These are pretty much the exact same figures that we saw with the 30th anniversary line of 6-inch figures from Mattel. These are the later releases, the ones that have the removable proton packs. And one small difference with these figures, apart from the packaging, is that these do not come with the proton streams, but rather they come with a Build-A-Figure of the No Ghost logo. So, as you can see, these guys, they have a brand new package, and they are labeled in 2016. It's down here somewhere. It's down here somewhere, and there it is right there. So 2016. So this is a brand new repackage for these figures. It's got a really cool, like a black box background here. You got some slime. It almost looks like an explosion of slime inside of the box there in the background behind the figure itself. Cool No Ghost logo on the side here. You got your classic Ghostbusters right here on the side, along with the name of the character and some more yellow and black stripes right there. Ghostbusters logo on the side, nothing on this side over here. Tiny type on the bottom, you just saw that. And then on the back, it's going to show us the back of the box itself is going to be pretty much identical for all 4 of these figures. You're going to get a picture of the actual No Ghost logo, what it looks like once you put it all together. And then you've got pictures of the other figures rather that are available in this line. And so that's pretty much it for the packaging. As you can see, Peter Venkman here comes with the actual no part of the sign. Ray is going to come with the torso for the ghost. Egon has the butt of the ghost along with the display stand, and then Winston comes with the head of the ghost, which is pretty cool. So we'll just open these guys up real quick just to do like a quick unboxing here so you guys can see and know what to expect out of these figures. And I actually kind of picked a bad example here because he's different from what everybody else is. The guys that come with the ghost parts are actually in the plastic tray here in the front along with the figure, whereas Venkman here has the No Ghost logo part in the back of the tray there. So I think I kind of picked a bad example there, but there you go. That's pretty much what to expect when unboxing these figures. So let me go ahead and get the rest of these out of the packages and show you the figures themselves. And here we have the Ghostbusters out of the package and ready to bust some heads in a spiritual meaning. So yeah, these guys are absolutely incredible. If you are not familiar with the 30th anniversary figures that came out before, they're very nicely sculpted figures. These guys are measuring, this sucks. So here we have the Ghostbusters out of the package and ready to bust some heads in a spiritual sense. So yeah, check these guys out. These guys are absolutely just gorgeous figures. They measure approximately 6 inches in height. They're all going to be very, very similar. There's a lot of parts that are being shared here amongst the bodies of the guys themselves. The only differences that you're going to get is Venkman has different lower legs because he was the guy that never tucked his boots in. And as you can see, everybody else got their boots tucked in except for Venkman, which is actually accurate to what you saw in the movie. So those are going to be different parts there from the other 3 guys. And then, of course, the heads, the sculpts are different on the heads themselves. So you might get a fraction of an inch off here and there. Venkman is just a slightly bit shorter than everybody else in the group, with Spengler coming in with, again, just a slight bit taller than everybody else. But yeah, check these guys out. Just the detail on these figures is absolutely incredible. I am just in love with these figures themselves. Like, now, once again, if you are familiar with the 30th anniversary figures, there is another small change in what you're going to get with these figures here, and that's going to be in the leg hose. The leg hose on the previous figures had this yellow kind of tint. They were still see-through, but they were kind of have this yellow hue to them, which is actually accurate to what you saw in the movie, where these guys have the clear hoses instead. So it's still not bad because the second movie hoses were clear. So I guess if you want to make some Ghostbusters 2 figures out of this, you could. But there you go. But other than that, the figure is going to be pretty much the same. Now, these are removable proton packs, like I mentioned. So let me just slip this guy off real quick and show you guys what the packs look like. And I am amazed at the level of detail that these packs have. And all you got to do really is just carefully put the arms back, and then you'll be able to just slip the packs right out. And then we'll get Venkman standing here one more time. And yeah, check that out. Let me get this close and zoomed in. Look at that. That is a really nicely detailed proton pack. Speaking, coming from somebody who has built a proton pack or two in this time, that is actually really good, and I am amazed by the level of detail that went into this. Of course, you got the OD green straps as you would in the rucksack frame, and you do have a little bit of the frame actually molded into the back of the pack here, or the front of the pack rather, which is really, really cool. The only thing that you're missing is actually the kidney pad that would go on the back of the rucksack frame, and of course the waist strap that goes around it. But other than that, yeah, check that out. The proton thrower itself, the stick, is held in by a peg and a hole, just like that. So you just peg that guy in right there, and then that's going to hold it right there. And then again, if you want to get really nitty gritty picky about this is absolutely minor, but I would be remiss if I didn't point it out. The angled thrower on the pack is actually from a revision that they did to the packs in the second movie, not in the first. If you wanted this to be really, really accurate to the first movie, the throwers would be a little more straight like that. And just a little backstory. The reason they did that is because they were in the first movie. When they were filming the first movie, the guys really had a hard time reaching up over their shoulders and pulling this thing straight up and then over their shoulder. They were having a difficult time doing that. So for the second movie, they angled them just like that. So again, I am not calling that a gripe or anything like that, but I know that there are people out there who notice all these little details, so I am mentioning it. I feel obligated to mention it, but I really don't think it's a big deal. I think they look just as well. And while we have the packs off, let's look at the detail in the uniform. Real quick, let's look at the detail in Venkman's head. Look at that. It's really nice representation of Bill Murray and how he looked back in '84. You got the receding hairlines up there, and I think it does a very good job of actually looking like Bill Murray did back then. And then the uniform itself, very nice and detailed. You got all the zippers, and again, the details on the uniform here is pretty much going to be shared. So once we look at Venkman, we'll look at the other faces, and that's pretty much going to be it. But yeah, you've got your Ghostbusters logo right there on the right shoulder, real nice and crisp. Look at that. Real nice paint job. The applications on these. You got your gray elbow pads right there. You got your black gloves. You got your zippers that are actually molded in and painted, which is really nice. The belt itself, also very nice and accurate looking to what they had in the movie. You've even got the key fob right here hanging on his right side. Even though it's not painted, it is there. You got your Motorola radio, the MT500 radio that they used in the movie right there for the first movie. And then you got your belt gizmo. And yeah, that is actually what we call that in the costuming community. That is, we call that the belt gizmo. That has a cord that runs to the back of the belt itself right there. And then you got the hose that comes out of the left thigh and goes around to the back of the belt as well. You've got your pockets and your zippers are actually molded into the uniform themselves. And then you got your boots, which again, in Venkman's case, you're not going to see a whole lot of the boot because those are covered by his slacks. But we'll bring in Zedmore here real quick just so we can show off the boots. And yeah, those are really nice representations of the Cochrane 2 jump boots. The variations that they used in the movie had the zippers on the side. And they've even though they're not painted, they have actually molded the zipper on the inside of the boot right there. So Very, very cool. They went into a lot of detail. These figures look incredible. And for articulation, you've got a rotation at the head, and you do have a little bit of up and down. So I'm not really sure how that's mounted in there. I can assume that that's a ball joint, but not being able to see it, I don't know. You have a very limited forward and backward on the head there. You got a pin or a ball and joint, or not. A ball and pin at the shoulder here. So you've got a rotation, and then you've also got in and out, just like that. You do have a rotation at the elbow, along with a nice bend. And then again, you have a ball and pin at the wrist. So you have a rotation at the wrist, and you have a little bit of in and out, forward and backwards flexibility right there. You've got a swivel at the hip right there, or at the waist rather. You got a swivel right there. The hips are... let me see. These guys got forward and backwards, and they also have in and out. Very limited. Actually, no, these are not. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of a different figure. No, these just go forward and backwards. That's it. No in and out on these guys. Are you sure? I thought they went in and out. Nope. I'm thinking of the other figures I picked up. So, yeah. So these go forward and backwards. We have a rotation at the thigh. We've got a bend at the knee right there. And then in Venkman's case, we have a tilt at the ankle. That's going to be it for Venkman. But the other three guys, because their boots are all the way out, you also have a rotation at the top of the boot right there for added articulation. So, yeah, Venkman suffers from just 1 point of articulation less than everybody else because he's a slob and he doesn't want to tuck in his boots. So, take that. That always bothered me. I know that's a cool touch, that he just kind of had that slacker look about him, and it just kind of differentiated him from everybody else. But being a former service member myself, it just, and even as a kid, I guess it's just my OCD, it always bugged me that he did not tuck his boots in. That just always bugged the heck out of me. But there it is. So there's a detail and articulation on all the figures, and then we have the head sculpt for Venkman. And I really kind of like I like to stand all the guys at the ready with their throwers, and then just have Venkman kind of standing there with his arms to his side, just kind of slouching like he tended to do in the movie. There you go. And then we'll bring in Stance real quick and get a close-up in on him. Now, there were complaints with previous releases of these figures that his head sculpt kind of looked squished. It kind of looked like everything was being, like all his facial features were being pulled into his nose. And I'm not getting that with this figure. I don't have any of the previous release figures to compare them side by side to. But I'm not getting that with this figure. Now, I don't know if they remolded, if they might have done a light remold on the face or not. But just looking at pictures online, it looks like... To me, it looks like the face on this guy is just a little less squished than previous releases. But that may just be me looking at pictures online. So, if you know better, leave me a comment. Let me know. But yeah, check that out. Very nice representation of Ray from the movie. It looks a lot like him. And it does a very good job looking like him. I like it. Spengler, Spring Spengler, and again, does a very good job of looking like Harold Ramis. And the glasses are glued in, so we're not going to be able to move these. But something that I find typically on figures or characters that wear glasses when they get translated to toy form, I find that glasses are something that are very, very difficult to translate into toy form. And usually they end up coming out a lot thicker than they are in real life, and it tends to throw off the look. Such is the case with, for example, the Diamond Select figures. The head sculpt for Spengler on that is absolutely incredible, and to me it's thrown off by the glasses because they're just way too thick. In the case of this figure, they're not as thick, so they actually look a little better. But yeah, I got a feeling that if I was able to take these glasses off, this would actually do a better job of looking like Harold Ramis. But as it is, it still looks very much like him. The hairline, I love the hair. They got the hair dead on. That is absolutely just incredible how they got that. So very nice job there. And then finally, we'll bring in Winston. And that's Ernie Hudson. There's no mistaking that. It looks just like him. So very, very nice job on the sculpts here with all of these guys. They just look incredible in my opinion. So again, it would have been nice if we could have gotten a couple more accessories with these guys. For example, I would have liked to see maybe some ecto goggles to go with Rey, possibly a trap or two. And then again, the proton streams, we're missing those. So it's a shame that we're missing those. But in the place of that, we did get, let me set these guys off to the side, and we did get the pieces to form our No Ghost logo. Check this guy out. And this is just so cool. Typically, I never thought that the No Ghost logo would translate so well into 3D. And yeah, this does a very good job of translating into 3D. And then you just go ahead and just go all the way around on that. That just looks absolutely incredible. And then my absolute favorite part, it glows in the dark. Check that out. That looks so incredible. It comes off really nice in the camera and in pictures that I've taken of it, but it looks even better in person. That just looks so good. I absolutely love the way that looks. So there it is, guys. One last look at the 2016 re-release, I guess you could call it, of the Mattel 6-inch Classic Ghostbusters. If you did not get a chance to pick up the previous 30th anniversary figures, this is really going to be your chance to go and finally get your hands on these absolutely amazing figures. And bonus, we get the No Ghost logo with it. So absolutely incredible. I am just ecstatic that we have new Ghostbusters merchandise hitting stores right now. So I think with that, we've pretty much covered the 2016 Mattel 6-inch Classic Ghostbusters figures. What did you think of these guys, and what would you like to see me review next? Let me know by leaving me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.